Ah, peace, peace, peace. What up, fam? Peace to the God, sincere.
Yo,
Real equality over in the building. How you feeling, God?
man, I'm feeling outrageous, man. I'm feeling outrageous.
Outrageous is an excellent word on that one right there. I am so happy that you
Peace. What up?
hold on, let me try to mute the joint over here. Hold on.
Real equality over in the building. How you feeling, God?
Oh, here we go.
Man, I'm feeling
Okay, there we go. Now let's get it popping. So, of course, the name of this joint is I have figured out the problem with relationships and how to fix it. Okay. And I need somebody who can hold their stuff, you know what I'm saying? If I ask them to, because you can get emotional, but if I say I need you to hold it for me, you can hold it and just give me the reasonable. I need the reasonable left side right here. And then you
no
can go to the
doubt,
right side. I want you to input it through the left side first. Okay.
no doubt.
All right.
Well, I'm
Thank you so
charged
much.
up today, so I'm in a good place. I had a microdose today, so I'm in a good place.
I microdosed yesterday.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
And that's gonna be in the story. So let's go. First off is of course, everybody please press 2 if you shared the video. Thanks for coming through. What up, Yogi? Peace to the fam. Phelan, we're getting ready to get real serious in here today. So if anybody has anything, some about some relationships, and you can't figure it out, I could charge 3 grand for this class, but I'm just gonna go talk to my man about it. Y'all can just hear how we rap, okay? And this is gonna be on our podcast, which is called what? I'm just minding my own business. You know, I was just minding my own business. I heard you use that earlier today too. You was like, I was just minding my own business. And I was like, okay, he
Right. When I
he
was on my broadcast, the Cushion Coffee,
of
you know what I
course.
mean? So check me out,
Of
Cushion
course.
Coffee.
Y'all definitely, well, I had a watch party, so they should go over there and peep it. You know what I'm saying? Because you was dropping mad jewels. So since you hit them with the healing from the Leo perspective, I'm gonna come with the Taurus over here and put some value on it. But of course, we're gonna open up with prayer first. Abdul Kul Tafel Attack. Wabazung, Gama Faragum, Shalel Kulum. We are in the love of all, and all love is in us. We are a part of all, and all is a part of us. We are one with all, and all is one with us. And we can succeed as a part of all and fail as an individual. We can be all that we wish in all as long as our wish is to stay in all. We are never alone. All is, we are. All can, we can. All does, we do. Istunje ilaku. Salvation to you all. So I'm gonna get it started like this because we are very unconventional, me and you, and that's what jokers need, especially the children. So first off, I'm gonna say right off the rip to my man, Sincere Seven, I love you, because that's a problem out here in relationships. A lot of brothers is not telling other brothers that they love them from their heart because they be on some pause or that's gay or that's homo. You know what I'm saying? So those are the. I know you're working on not cursing this year. I mean, so if it slipped, let me let it slip. All right. So those are the real fuck boys, and they're gonna come up today. They're gonna come up in this conversation. All right.
No
Because
doubt.
there's a king, there's the man, there's the prince, there's the court jester, there's also the fuck boy. You know what I'm saying? Because if the ladies have identified it and they say these are some of the things that we want out here, we want a king. Then but they say, oh, there's this over here, so we're gonna help about what where you put energy at. You know what I'm saying? Where your attention goes, energy flows, right? So I want to start off by saying I love my brother Sincere Seven.
I love
I
you
got a
back,
whole bunch
bro.
of brothers on here that I could say, and I love you unconditionally where you ain't got to say it back. You understand? That's how I am, right? That's how king shit. That's how God loves. That's how God don't love you and be like, I love you, and be waiting for you to say something back. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? God
You ain't gonna
loves
say it back?
power.
Well, fuck you then. Right. Right. Oh, like,
That's conditional love. That's conditional love, which is one of the factors of why relationships is jacked up. So I was just minding my business in Dallas, Texas, with a cat who got some told 5-MeO. It's my turn to go back. I go back, minding my business. You understand? Uh, I had a close to a sincere episode. Right. Uh, the unreleased video that niggas ain't even allowed to speak on. Uh,
okay.
and then, um, you know, up to this time, I have done so many sittings with people, and I was like, you know, which is what General Firewater told us. He was like, the toad gonna come revisit you within 72 hours, normally between
That's right.
1 and 3 in the morning.
That's right.
It's gonna come through the lungs, right? So I was like, all right. So last night was Thursday, so it was Wednesday night. So Wednesday night, now mind you, let me back up to put it in perspective for you, because only you or Brother Amsu or Brother Firewater, possibly Kalinde or Jerry would really get this, right? So in my microdosing that I'm doing now, I'm going every other day because I'm including the Rishi and the Iboga and the P-Funk. So I'm going every other day on recommendation of Acacia, because Acacia was like, don't saturate the system, give it time, right? So I've been going every other day. When I went to Dallas, I might have missed some days, right? So I came back. So Wednesday morning. Yeah, Wednesday morning. No. Tuesday morning, I hit the microdose. Wednesday, I did not. Wednesday night, the toad came back to see me. You know what I mean? Came back to see me, right?
Right.
That mean he was like, oh, you forgot about this. This the part, you know, those be missing. Hold this right here.
Yep, the entheogenic expression come out.
God, because he was like, you know, when I say the Usnisa Vijaya, the last word is Swaha. And it's a lot of sounds out of India that end with Swaha. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, what you think Swaha is? He was like, ha ha. Because that's the last thing I say before I go in. I hit the Usnisa, right? So he come back in full force. And Friday, no, let me go back to May. When I had my experience in May, when I came back, I felt this whole volcano of love sprouting. Remember, you was upstairs and you heard me scream, right?
Yes.
Well, I was downstairs, and when I finished, I was like, I need somebody to touch me, because my whole heart had been open, and it was just like a volcano of love. And I was like, I just want somebody just to receive this love. Which to me, that's an entheogenic expression, because that's all God wants you to do is receive love, right? So he was like, whoever was in the room, that's y'all can get this right here. So boom, last Friday, I didn't have that feeling. When it was over, I didn't have my chest all open. My throat was all open because I had something to say. You know what I'm saying? Because they was like, we can't hear you. So if you talking about you want whoop wop wop, then you can't have it unless you can say it with like you mean it. You know what I'm saying?
Say it with your chest.
No, say it with your balls. Because there's too many people saying it with their chest and they ain't got no balls.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So boom. I get up Wednesday morning. What was that? I get up yesterday morning and it's time to microdose. So I'm over there minding my business. This is what I do. Pop, give me some water. Going about my business. I got a client at 12 o'clock, right? It's probably like 9:30 when I hit these joints, 9 o'clock, because I got up a little early, right? Because once I woke up and it was still so clear what the toad had dropped, I was just like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get up. So bam, I got up, moving around. Thank you for being so patient, big brother, and let me tell this story in whole space.
Oh, Bill G, you know I'm all in.
So boom, I take them around 11:30, son. I don't know who exploded, whether it was the grandfather or the P-Funk, but something was like, boo. I mean, larger than large. And you know, I go to your house, I take two. You don't give me one, I take 2 or 3.
Right.
This has never happened. This has never happened. And this is my second month of using that 3-piece combination. And all of a sudden it was just like, I was like, what is going on here? What? I was like, oh, obviously all my receptors are open and I ain't got no resistance. And I felt truly vulnerable. I felt truly vulnerable at that moment and wanted to cry, like I said, but it wasn't crying from It wasn't crying from no sorrow or nothing, right? And the last 3 days, I've had this damn thing in my neck that's like got me jacked up, and I can't get nobody to get it out. You know what I'm saying? They busy, or they won't, or they can't, or yada yada yada. I feel like as a king, it's a whole bunch of excuses. So I'm gonna say this and go and just put this part in there. When people ask me for something, I show the fuck up. Period. Ask about me. You know what I'm saying? So when I ask somebody for something because I have a problem asking somebody for something, and then they be like, nah, can't get to it, got something else to do, why? I be like, trust what people show you. How many times you heard me say that? Trust what people show you. So I say, okay, is your screen frozen? His friend, is his screen frozen? Golly, ain't this some ish? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Sincere, I need you to, man, I'm telling the story to the God and his screen is frozen. What do we do? Can we pause this? If I stop it, what are we doing? We're pausing the whole story, ladies and gentlemen, so we can go ask the God what is going on. Why, what happened to the camera? Did he take a phone call or what? This is a Mercury retrograde. This is a Mercury retrograde action right here. It's all, we in the pre-shadow, but it's already popping. What happened, Lord? I can't, you ain't moving. No. It says, oh, you came back in up under somebody else. Okay. Yeah, but on my screen, it's it's all good. Nope, don't do that. Yeah. Well, not on the what you call it yet. Yeah. Mic check. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You about to switch over?
Okay, here we go. So, what part of the story did I leave off on?
All right, so you were explaining that, you had a cosmic explosion because you was doing it every other day because you was doing the P-Funk and the Grandfather and all of that. So this day in particular, like, even though you've been on for 2 months, this day in particular, like, you had a cosmic explosion of entheogen expression. And that's where I think I lost you at.
And at this moment, I went all the way back to May where I wanted to be touched. I had this whole thing of love is flowing from me, right? But the last couple of days, I've been having this crick in the back of my neck, and I can't get nobody to get it out. And I'm just like, hey, can I, and people are like, can't do it, ain't got the time, yada yada. And I was like, man, when somebody asks me to do something, I show up.
Right.
And then so I was like, if I ask, because I have a problem asking people for things. Because that's why I just go around and I just pay for it. Because then I ain't asking, I pay for it. So, but I'm thinking that the people who asking me who don't pay, and I'm saying yes, I'm saying, well, I thought that was a two-way street. So now I'm saying, yo, can I need some assistance with getting this thing out my neck. And all of a sudden it's like, and I keep running into no's, and I don't like a succession of no's. And so at this point, I'm like, man, why? You know what I'm saying? All right, but I feel like I need somebody to touch me because I'm about to give birth to something. It's like a pregnant woman asking for some assistance. And so I'm just like, but I don't really know how to ask for assistance like that because I ain't been raised with that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been raised with assistance like that. My shit is hard. You understand? So I'm just learning now to be able to ask for things, right? And so, and at the same time, trying to fix other people, or not fix other people, but help other people and guide other people at the same time, right? So I have a lot of this database that I'm learning from. And so I go through my boom. I reach out, and then all of a sudden I'm rejected. And I was like, oh, okay. This is interesting. You know what I'm saying? And so then I was like, this isn't something I want. This is something I need. And then thumbs down. I was like, oh. So now in a vulnerable state, I'm feeling really, 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 really like the old Jazz, not the Jazz on the proficiency level, but like me in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to guard myself, and I don't like walking around having to be defensive. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm more trigger happy than you are when I get like that. It's too quick because that's my 12th house, right? And it definitely can go sideways very fast. So yesterday I go through, do the webinar, finish all that, but it doesn't get any better, right? It does not get any better. I go to sleep last night. You see, this is like about big as my fist, right?
Right.
This is my rose quartz. So I had to have this on my heart last night because that's where I was feeling it at. It's been a long time. It's definitely been well over 2 years since I had to even pull this out, right? So brothers, Leos, you having some issues, make sure you get you a big piece of rose quartz. You don't be walking around like no girl with a little piece of rose quartz in your pocket, okay? Get you a chunk. This is a chunk.
Yeah, that's a chunk.
Right. Okay, get you a real piece, right? So
you had to throw a shot out there because mine's about this big.
I won't talk to you. I've never seen yours. You should have just kept quiet.
I know you don't be aiming, you just throw shots. They just like, ah.
A hit dog will holler. I'm from the country.
Why it had to be like a girl? Like, why couldn't this be Stephanie Crystal game for a boy? But all right, I got you. I'm gonna give you a chunk.
Okay, so boom, we go to I wake up this morning and I say, you know what? You need to really peep yourself. No, but first off, I went and looked at the Mercury retrograde. I was like, this shit already done started. And I was like, if you say something crazy, it's gonna have detrimental effect down the road. So Khayr, shut the fuck up. And I was texting and I was like, that's what I need to do is stop texting. Cause it's gonna be misinterpreted on the other end. Did your phone freeze again? What?
It's saying the internet. I'm here. It's saying the internet is unstable. I think I better switch to my other internet, but now I'm here though.
Okay.
You hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. You just froze up. So I'll run your hand in front of the camera. There you go. That's better. So, I start evaluating, right? This what happened. Now this is like in the last hour, because when I called you, I was like, you know what? Let me evaluate myself versus me saying, let me unmute you.
All right, there we go.
You ready?
Hold on one second. I'm turning it to switch over to that one until I get this one.
All right, that's good. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be straight now.
So, I said, let me analyze before I say and start talking the way I really am feeling. I said, let me analyze what is my pattern in relationships. See, a lot of people start pointing the fingers. You see what I'm saying? But nobody wants to look at their own patterns in relationships. So I went back and looked at the last 3 to 4 relationships that I have attempted to be in. And I found one thing similar with 3 of them. These women that that came into my life, they have all cohabitated with a raggedy ass nigga. I'm talking about like moved in, paid rent, sleep in the same bed every night, and eventually have to get rid of this mofo. And I come up next. I have been the rebound in my last 3 to 4 relationships. Sincere, what are y'all doing over there? I'm trying to tell a story. I guess I could have tried this one by myself. What are we doing?
You hear me?
Yes. Can you stop touching stuff? What is happening?
Which actually, I'm trying to switch over to the other Wi-Fi because this one is acting up. So that way we won't have those issues. That's what I'm trying to do.
Mercury retrograde, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at a full dose and effect
All the
of
time.
Mercury retrograde that is taking place right now. This is not working. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead with and get done what we have to get done today. All right. So they just have to catch up. There we go. So let me please continue the story. He just have to catch up later. I realized that in my last 4 attempted relationships that I have caught a woman on the rebound, right? And I have, you know what I'm saying, not been the person that they were with. And you know, if you catch a woman on the rebound, you're going to have to hear and you're going to find out if she chooses you, that means you're gonna have to listen to what was going on a little bit of her version of what was happening before the relationship, before you came along, right? So the one common thing, because I was looking for astrological, what's the elements that's present? Where the Venus is at? What's this? What's that? What about what's the human design? But the one element was they had all cohabitated with a former partner, right? And they, I'm not knowing, I don't say this is normal. I don't say that all women are going to be talking about the dude that they broke up with in the not so favorable way, because I try to leave a situation or be out or let a situation dissolve, you know what I'm saying, amicably. So there's none of that slandering going on after it's over, because I don't do the slander after it's over. You know what I'm saying? I'll take accountability. So I'm looking and I was just like, man. So what I figured out was I hadn't done enough research, because I was seeing the same patterns of what I wanted, you know what I'm saying, not being there, because that person had had no practice with that in their prior relationship. So now, even though I have expressed what it is that I'm looking for, if you haven't practiced it, then how are you going to pull it off? How you going to pull it off? If you ain't practice shooting a gun or practice martial arts or practice doing a webinar or practice doing rituals, then how can you pull it off? So somebody can come and tell you something theoretically, but until you can practice it, then guess what? So what I realized was I hadn't heard no stories of practicing what it is that I was looking for in a relationship. So how can I fix this? And what's a good way for me to have a breakthrough right now? Because I don't want to be broke down. I'd rather have a breakthrough, right? So I guess I had to go through the little breakdown so I could have the breakthrough. And the breakthrough is investigate more and ask the deep question that says, here's what I want as a result of this relationship. That's called negotiating terms. Even before you get married and dating or friendship or whatever, this is my whole new policy. What is it that I want out of this relation, out of this particular relationship? And then may I hear examples of you pulling this off in the past. This can work for men and women, but we don't investigate enough about prior relationships before we go get into another relationship. Herein lies the problem. No research. We will go and pick up this little bottle and take our glasses off to read the small writing to see how many milligrams of zinc, aspirate, L-carnitine, maca-root, L-arginine, HCl, and we will go and read all of that, but we won't take our glasses off and look really close at somebody's relationship practices. What can you tell me about your person's, your ex's, or your present? Can you tell me 3 things about your person that you're in a relationship with now or your last one about what they practice in prior relationships? Now you might, like me, I'll be doing research and I'll be looking for the good. I'll be like, oh, this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. But today I found out that I need something else in a relationship. And I was like, does anybody, and then I'm like, man, when I need this and then my partner doesn't supply this, then it's on me. Because I could have, I'm not gonna say I should have, but I can do more research. So word for the day, everyone, is in your relationship, especially for you single folks out here, especially men. Ladies, you can use this technique, but brothers, listen to what I'm telling you. Ask her, she fine as hell, you want to have sex with her, or y'all done have sex, or whatever. Bruh, put on the brakes and say, this is what I need in this particular relationship for it to be harmonious and for me to be happy. Can you tell me of some instances where you have done this in the past successfully? But you already know the other person is going to be like, well, what are you willing to do for me? Tell them to write down what they want. That's a trick question. When somebody says, well, what are you going to do for me? What do you bring to the table? You're already set up. You're already set up already. Now, when you go back and do research, you will find that I'm speaking for me as a brother, most of these sisters out here don't have real ass kings, real ass striving to be kings, real ass niggas who they have dealt with, who have communicated with them what they need in a relationship. So brothers, it's on us. You want to be the head of the household, then guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have uncomfortable conversations. Now, here go my big $1,000 tip for jokers today. Before you have this uncomfortable conversation with these women, you really need to create a space where they can feel safe. Because that's your space too. You're showing them how to create a space for them to feel safe, so they can create a space so you can feel safe, so there can be a mutual respect. And when there's not a mutual respect, going on, that's when we start having the shifts and the problems and things start going other ways. But men, you must go first, because it's a lie that she's the weaker sex. No, she's not. But she is liquid and your ass is the container on the outside. On the inside, when she has a baby, your sperm is the liquid and she is the container. But the dial is always flipping. TAO. Can somebody hashtag that? The dial is always flipping. So, peace, Rob A. So I hope this is making sense to people. So in short version, due to my experience, I wanted to get some coaching from Sincere, but his Wi-Fi works amazingly with him just being on Facebook by himself, but when he over here is not working. So, and I was tired of getting no's today. I keep running to, ever since yesterday, I ain't been getting nothing but no's. But when people come to me, I got yes, 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 yes. Wait a minute, yes. In a few minutes, yes, yes, yes. But when I come, I keep getting pushed. I keep getting pushed to later, like I'm second fiddle. And I was like, then I need to do some more investigation into the person who I love, who I want to have a relationship with, to see if this is a pattern that they do. And because I got an issue with paying the old light bills. I'm not paying the old light bill for this cat that you was with before. I am not making you pay the light bill from the chick I was with before. I don't slander. I ain't really had no bad relationships. The shit we just ain't together no more, but it's nothing I can just be like, oh, rah, 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 you didn't never pay no bill. None of that. Never had no deadbeat chicks. I ain't never been a deadbeat nigga. I ain't never had a woman be like, I'm gonna just pay all the bills and you ain't gonna do shit. Or I can go tell her I ain't got no money and I just live off. I don't understand what that is. That's a true fuck boy. So I've seen, but whether he's a fuck boy or not a king yet, or what is it, that's the categories. You a king or not a king yet. That's it. And then and not a king yet means you ain't striving enough, or you ain't choosing it, or you choosing something else, right? I'm choosing king, period. So I need to do more investigations because the king don't like getting no's. Why am I getting no's when you come to the king and it's like, yeah, because that's all God gives me. God gives me yes. I go to God. So I had to pray to God on this one and say, God, can I get some understanding? He was like, yep, I'm gonna need you to go through it a little bit more, talk it out, and then you're gonna see what you need to do. You need to research and find out, does the partner you're talking to have the practice under their belt of doing what you need them to do so you can be happy in a relationship? And then ask them, yo, what is it that you need in a relationship? Write that shit down and then hand it to me and let me see, not only can I promise I can do it, but do I have a practice of doing it? There's a difference. That's what game is. Game is when I promise you I'm gonna do what you say you need, but I may not have the capabilities or I may not have practiced it. And then we go out and be like, oh, I'll just learn it on the fly. Yeah. And that's when you get all these jacked up relationships. I hope this is making sense. I really can't, I'm trying to, what up, Journey? Oh, that's Saint. Oh my God, I really could have had this conversation with Saint. Yes, for certain. I may have to go all the way to his crib just to have this. He might be the one I can call. Well, my situation is different because the people who I go to, they working through their own stuff or they in long-term relationships. So I like going to somebody who's in a long-term relationship and getting advice from them. They got long-term relationship advice, but they don't really have, like, they may not be dating. They might not be going in and out with relationships to be able to see. They may have a story, but if they've been in something for a minute, then you just have to let them like lay you on the table and do some surgery and see what they observe. Okay. I hope that makes sense. I figured out what is the problem with relationships. We are not doing enough research into the past in order to see what we are, what our partner is capable of. Like, it's cool that the sex is good, they look good, you don't already had a baby with them, but research more into their capabilities. That's why I look into astrology. But I can still look into astrology and find out capabilities, but capabilities don't actually mean what they practice. I may look at something in the chart and be like, yes, I'm in a situation now where I be hollering, yeah, astrologically. But it put me to sleep and I ain't done the research to be like, can you know what I'm saying? What about the actual practice of this thing that I'm sure that you're capable of? Have you done it before? All right. Thanks, everybody. Marcus said he got a word for me. Word. What up, Kristen? Thanks, everybody, for joining in. Thank you for pressing 2, for sharing this video. I hope it was helpful. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna go back and look at the video, the comments afterwards. So please let me know on a scale of 1 to 10, what was the one big thing that you took away from this? And and that you can use for yourself. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how did I do? Now it's time for me to go get something to eat. Sorry for all the interruptions. I might like take this down and like just edit it before I put it back up on YouTube. Thanks for the share. Class last night was freaking amazing. Big shouts out to April Beverly. My God, thank you for the future, man. We can be all that we wish and all as long as our wish is to stay and all. Don't you ever forget that. Because yesterday that was my saving grace. Because I was on some shit. And then I was like, are you on the shit too much where you can't say the prayer? And I was like, let your emotions go down. I don't know if you've seen that video. I said, yeah, I did yesterday. I said, get your emotions down. Because yesterday on the video, I was in the middle of it when I made that video. Yes. So this Mercury retrograde, the warning I gave out yesterday, I ain't gonna repeat myself. Go find the video. It's on YouTube. It's around. But I gave you the warning. If you want to see how I was going through this real life yesterday, you can go see it. All right. Thank y'all so much for joining. I appreciate y'all. Where my brothers at? Marcus Jonesy Jones, I love you. Saint, I love you. Where my other brothers at? All my brothers that's on here, I'm trying to look to get the who's watching now? Let me see. Sincere 7, I love you. Abdul Wilkins, I love you. Clifford Willis, I love you. And Marcus Jonesy Jones, I love you. I love you too, sisters, but y'all really get comfortable with the love that I'm giving out. And the brothers, I'm not telling them that I love them and I respect them. So, you know, we're going to start doing something unconventional around here. We're going to start telling brothers that we love them, and we're going to start praying for brothers around here. That's real easy for me, okay? I can do that for my brother if that's what I want. Because you got to put down what you want to pick up. You got to put down what you want to pick up. So I'm going to do the investigation because I want somebody to investigate my background to see if I have the practice experience of delivering what they want. So then they can make a choice and say, I can't deliver that because I feel like I need to know, like, can you do this that I need? Because if you ain't practice it, you can be like, man, that's what I really been looking for in a relationship, to really do what you describe. And oh, Khayr, you're really bringing in what I really want. I really want to practice. Man, fuck that. Do you have any practice on somebody else before you get to me? Don't mean we can't do nothing, but I'm walking in here thinking like, well, since you're eager to do it, then you have the capabilities, but then finding out that that's not the case. And then if you ain't never practiced it and done it, then the willingness goes away. Then the willingness goes away and there's no practicality. And now I'm left with some shit I can trust, because what you show me is what I can trust, not what you're talking about. Because I've heard what the word was. Like me, once I put my name on the contract and I'll be like, I'm in, then I'm going to practice all the time. So it's kind of where I'm at right now. Thank y'all so much for taking the time out to peep the whole scene. And big inhale, exhale out the mouth. Inhale, exhale out the mouth. Inhale, exhale out the mouth. And up a core, get you like your minka, Tatia Tezara, Kabel Renat, Amcha Sagvano, Taharanunara, Nagi Board, Shea Yakadeka, Kavava Shamra, Barkham Tower, Rakame, Tazika Taker, to meet Gamlin, Kasim Kadosh, Baru Tufka, and the hell out of Taker. You keep Gehel, I'm chopping his or Craig Katushka Taker, Shavatanu Kabel, Ushma, Tazakatanu, your day Talamo, Buruk Shem, Kavo Makuto, Lalam Vaed. Marcus, I see you say don't edit it. I feel you. We're going to see how it go. Yeah, Mercury retrograde for certain. All right, Tiffany, you can just go back and watch it from the beginning. All right, we're going to holler at y'all. Peace.